Dear friend, after many years of ascetic practice and deep meditation under the Bodhi tree, after that great moment of enlightenment beneath the sacred branches, the Buddha, who had realized profound insight, did not keep that light for himself. He understood that such insight, such compassion, if not shared, would be like a lamp that never gets lit in the dark night of the world. And so, he continued his journey toward the Deer Park, Lok Yin. This story is not merely a legend of the past. It is a beacon for every heart searching for peace amidst life's turbulence. The image of the 5 ascetics who once abandoned and doubted the Buddha has become a symbol for parts within each of us as those that question, withdraw, hesitate, yet still carry the potential to awaken, to recognize, and to open to truth. When the Buddha sat down in the Deer Park, the afternoon light gently fell over the quiet forest. The 5 old friends sat silently around him. They did not speak, only listened to the wind rustling through the leaves and their own breath. And in that stillness, a peaceful energy radiated through every gaze, every breath. It seemed that the Buddha's presence alone, his mindfulness, was already a living testimony to transformation. Then, when he finally spoke, it was not rigid doctrine nor mystical promises. It was a simple truth: suffering, origin, cessation, path. These 4 noble truths, though seemingly plain, contained an entire universe of human understanding. Suffering. Who among us has never experienced it? From the moment we are born, we cry, then grow up surrounded by fear, hurt, loss, and separation. Suffering isn't a stranger. It is a natural part of being human. But the Buddha didn't stop at simply identifying it. He invited us to look deeply into suffering, not to fear it, not to run from it. Origin, samudaya, the root of suffering. We suffer not only because of outer circumstances, but because of craving, attachments, and the inner patterns we carry. Sometimes our pain is nothing more than the continuation of inherited wounds and misguided perceptions. When we understand this, we no longer blame ourselves or others. We begin to see the workings of karma, ignorance, and desire. Cessation, nirodha, the absence of suffering. Can there truly be peace, even in a world of constant change and uncertainty? The Buddha affirmed, yes. When we look deeply, when we transform the roots of suffering, peace will naturally reveal itself. This isn't an escape, it is liberation, inner freedom, the path, magga, the way to practice. There is no magical shortcut that erases suffering in an instant. But day by day, breath by breath, mindful step by mindful step, we come closer to awakening. The Eightfold Path is not mere theory. It is a living practice. Right view to see clearly, right intention to nourish the mind, right speech to speak kindly, right action to act wholesomely, right livelihood to live truthfully, right effort to stay diligent, right mindfulness to remain awake, right concentration to be grounded. After hearing this teaching, the 5 ascetics felt as though they had shed a heavy old cloak. They realized that suffering is not an unchangeable fate. It is a process that can be transformed. Their eyes looked to the Buddha with deep gratitude, but more than that, they looked inward with new faith, that they too could walk the path of awakening. From that moment, the first Sangha, the Buddhist monastic community, was formed, not as an institution of power or separation, but as a community of shared aspiration, shared practice, and shared growth in wisdom and compassion. In the days that followed, each step of the Buddha and his Sangha left footprints across the many paths of India. They carried no possessions, no titles, only a begging bowl, a simple robe, and an open heart. Wherever they stopped, peace bloomed. Those who saw them, without needing to be told, felt a quiet energy, a steadiness and serenity radiating from their mindful presence. It is said that once the Buddha rested beneath a small tree by a riverbank. A man, known for his temper and irritability, happened to walk by. He saw the Buddha sitting in meditation, his body and mind at peace amidst birdsong and the gentle breeze. Somehow, in that moment, all of the man's wild butteries began to settle. He sat down beside the Buddha. No questions, no explanations, just to experience the stillness and calm. Then the Buddha opened his eyes and looked at the man with great compassion. Without judgment, without preaching, only a gentle smile. That moment alone led the man to seek out the Sangha, to listen to the Dharma, to begin practicing mindfulness. Such is the power of true presence. Sometimes we don't need to say much. Just by being fully present, with an open heart, we become a gift to the world. Dear friend, the story of the Buddha and the Sangha is not just a tale from 2,000 years ago. It remains deeply relevant to us today. In modern life's hustle and noise, we may feel that peace is too distant, but if we pause and take a deep breath, we'll see peace is not far. It's here, now, in each mindful breath. There was once a young mother rushing each morning to get her 2 children ready for school, juggling work, groceries, and meals, and she often felt exhausted, overwhelmed, and sometimes snapped at her kids. One day, a friend gave her a book on mindfulness. At first, she thought, I have no time to sit and meditate. But one quiet evening, after her children had fallen asleep, she tried sitting down, closing her eyes, and simply following her breath. Just a few minutes later, something shifted. The tension of the day began to dissolve. Her mind slowed. The next day, she practiced mindful breathing whenever she felt frustrated. She realized she could embrace her emotions rather than be consumed by them. Gradually, she became gentler with her children, better at listening, and more caring toward herself. That small story is proof of the miracle of mindfulness. You don't have to be a teacher, a monk, or give everything up. You only need to truly show up for the present moment. In doing so, you're already walking the Buddha's path. There are many young people today carrying great dreams, but also many anxieties. Fear of failure, fear of losing themselves under social pressure. But yes, if they pause, take one deep breath, and look inward, they'll realize those worries are like passing clouds in the sky of the mind. Beneath them is the blue sky of peace, always there. The Buddha once said, all beings have the capacity to become awakened, meaning that within each of us is the seed of mindfulness, of insight, of love. No one is born perfect. No one is forever lost. What matters is that we return, recognize and nurture that seed within. There will be challenges, setbacks, moments that feel unbearable, But remember, even the Buddha walked through years of hardship, questioning, and doubt. It was those very experiences that allowed him to understand and embrace the suffering of all beings. When you're in pain, don't rush to blame yourself or the world. Sit down, breathe deeply, and listen to the voice within. You'll find that suffering may be a doorway, an invitation to grow, to understand yourself and others more deeply. And when you can embrace that pain with gentleness, you'll find peace blossoming in your heart. Dear friend, in the rush of life, give yourself moments to pause. It could be an early morning before the city wakes up, sipping tea and listening to the birds, or in the middle of a busy afternoon, just a few minutes with eyes closed, following your breath, or while walking, feeling your steps touch the earth, knowing that you're alive, truly present. The journey of awakening is not about reaching a destination. It is found in each step. You don't need to be perfect or force yourself to be someone else. Just be honest with yourself. Acknowledge and embrace your true emotions. In doing so, you're already a friend of the Buddha. And once you've found a little peace, don't keep it for yourself. Let it shine through small actions. A smile, a kind word, a look of understanding. Sometimes, just by being there for someone, listening without judgment, you help make this world a little less painful. Dear friend, today's story is not about a distant saint. It's a reminder of the potential for awakening within you. Whoever you are, wherever you live, whatever you do, you can walk this path. Don't wait for life to be perfect. Don't wait for suffering to disappear. Begin now, with your challenges, your mistakes, your present moment. You will see that the light of insight is already within you. Tomorrow may bring new difficulties, but if you stay mindful, if you remain compassionate with yourself and others, every day becomes a chance to grow, to live more deeply, more fully. Remember, every breath, every step, every glance is a chance to come home to yourself. And when you return, you'll see that this world is vast, kind, and overflowing with love. Thank you for listening to today's story. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, may you always keep the flame of mindfulness alive. May you live with an open heart and find peace in every moment. See you again in the next chapter of this journey, where every experience, every story becomes a step on the path back to your true self. May you walk with stability, joy, and the unshakable light of understanding and love.